Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Come along with us as we go to Commander's Palace in New Orleans, Louisiana. We had a great time at a private dinner. If this is content that you're interested in, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
We're thrilled to be a part of the hospitality product that you're presenting, and just really happy to have you here tonight. Commander's Palace, they asked me to do a little spiel on the history. That incredible name, Commander's Palace, we didn't just make it up. There was a guy named Commander, and this actually that was the palace that he built. So he had a small saloon restaurant in this neighborhood for a few years, succeeded, and then built his palace. So Emile Commander was the gentleman's name. In 1893, he opened his palace, which was the building that still is the main house of Commander's Palace. The main restaurant, most of you came in through the patio here, but basically was just on the other side of the kitchen. Single dining room was the main dining room, and then there was a separate entrance around the corner to go upstairs, and there was a parlor upstairs for entertaining, as one entertained in the late 1800s. So over the years, Commander's Palace, considering the entertaining, had something of a little bit of a mixed reputation, but became absolutely a fixture here in the neighborhood, became a favorite neighborhood spot for the very wealthy Garden District of New Orleans. This actually was far enough removed at that time from the city that it was the Garden District was where the wealthy elite of New Orleans had their homes. Then they might still have a townhouse for other entertainment, who knows? But I digress. Over the years, it passed into the Morin family. Emile Commander died reasonably young, even for his time. I believe he was 44, 45 years old when he died. But he opened, I think he was 27 when he opened the restaurant. So had a good run, and had no one to leave the restaurant to. They sold it to the Morin family, very famous restaurant family that at that time was doing incredibly well with a place called Delmonico that you might have heard of. So the Morin family had Commanders until the late 60s. In 1968-69, there's a little dispute depending upon which Brennan you ask. The Brennan family, who had become very successful with Brennan's in the French Quarter on Royal Street, not originally on Royal Street, but at that time it had moved to Royal Street. And they bought the restaurant, waited a few years. In 1974, they painted it this ridiculous blue and took over daily operations. Actually, interestingly, was built around two ancient Israeli cypress trees up until Hurricane Katrina took one of them out, and then Hurricane Ida took the other one out. We actually had an atrium in the center of the room, and they grew through the room. We finally had to remove those in the renovation that we completed last year. So you're among the first year's guests to enjoy this gorgeous new room. We're thrilled that you're here. I see quite a few of you enjoying one of my favorite cocktails in the world, and it just happens to be, I think, on page 93 or 95, somewhere here, I think 95 in your book. It's the Tequila Mockingbird #2. And as you may or may not know, there aren't a lot of cocktails, really beautiful, well-balanced cocktails that are made with tequila. It's always been something that, as T and Lally were writing the cocktail book, they're the cocktail chicks and our co-proprietors here at Commanders. They were writing this book, and they were just adamant that they had to have a great tequila cocktail. And our friend Brian Batt was hanging out with them one night, and let me just say, he's hard to keep up with. But he also has a long history of Broadway and is always a fantastic entertainer. And he just screamed at the top of his lungs that we have to have a cocktail called Tequila Mockingbird. And he was so proud of himself for coming up with that until a friend of ours who's a cocktail historian said, oh, no, there's already a Tequila Mockingbird, but it stinks. So they dubbed this the Tequila Mockingbird #2. And it actually, I've seen this cocktail on cocktail lists in great restaurants and bars around the country, and I even saw it once in Paris. So it has become a modern classic. I hope you're enjoying it. It's certainly one of my favorite. If you ever make it, please understand there is a difference between Angostura and Peychaud's and other bitters. You must use Angostura in this cocktail.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we've got the shrimp remoulade has just got here. So we're going to eat that. And it's really loud in here, so I'm going to tell you about everything after I'm done. Okay, here is the chef seasonal salad. And I will tell you guys about that after I eat as well. So this is the fish. And it looks pretty good. But I will tell you about it once I get back to my room. All right, here is the cheesecake. It is big. It's beautiful, though. It looks delicious, so I'm excited. I'm not going to finish all this, though. All right, guys, so I'm back from Commander's Palace. I totally forgot to finish the video last night. I was so tired. I had taken all my clothes off and got in the bed, and then I was like, I forgot to close out the video and tell you about the food. So it's the next day. So anyway, so the food. So we had some little appetizers that they brought out on some little bread before the meal actually started. So it had little beef on it. You guys know I don't eat beef like that, so didn't try it. Everybody else said it was good. They had this little appetizer that was had mushroom on it on a little bread with some kind of little sauce. Those were really tasty. I really enjoyed those. But the actual set menu that we had, because we were having a private dinner, it was a set menu. So we had the little shrimp appetizers. Those were amazing. Wish we had more. They were so good. It was juicy and flavorful. Next up, we had the salad, which had a house-made vinaigrette on it. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little too bitter for me. It had just a little bit too much of a vinegary taste in the vinaigrette. I know it sounds weird, but it just had too much of a vinegary taste to the vinaigrette. So like the salad was fresh, but it was just drowned in that vinaigrette, and the vinaigrette was just a little too vinegary for my taste. Everybody else said it was fine, it was good, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't my favorite. Next up, we had our main courses, and they gave us 2 different main courses. So we had fish. So the first thing we had was the little blackened fish on top of like a corn succotash. Phenomenal. All of us were like, hey, bring another plate of that. Like, it was so good. That was absolutely great. The fish was flavored to perfection. It was so good. It was so good. Next up, we had the beef dish, and I was like, yeah, again, I don't eat beef. And then, everybody who ate it said it was good, it was tender. Those of them who eat like medium rare beef ate it. Those who do not, who ate well done, they were like cast it to the side. But the mashed potatoes that were under it were so good. Those were so good. The mashed potatoes that were under it were super good. So that's all I ate on that plate. Now, that cheesecake, baby, that cheesecake would change your whole life. That cheesecake would make you pack up and move to New Orleans. It was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was big back situation. It was so good. That cheesecake was so good. It was so delicious, guys. If you come to New Orleans and you go to Commander's Palace, make sure you get the cheesecake. So I would give our private dinner, which everything that was on their menu, the regular menu, they just had it set for us. I would definitely, absolutely, 1000% get the cheesecake, if nothing else. I definitely give it 4 out of 5. It was absolutely amazing. And the flavors were there. I would give it 4 out of 5. The atmosphere was beautiful. The atmosphere was great. It was a beautiful restaurant in a nice neighborhood. It was really nice. I really like it. So definitely recommend it. So guys, if you like this video, definitely go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let us know what you would have ordered off of the menu at Commander's Palace. We appreciate you watching. Definitely make sure you guys are following us on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. That's where we post real-time videos, real-time photos, and show you where we're at, what we're doing, and some behind the scenes things and some of our crazy reels. So again, thanks for watching, and we hope all your travels are timeless.